Hello and welcome. The Prophet here from the Ruck Infringement Podcast with our next edition of the Ruck Report, round 23. I hope everyone had a fantastic week. It was a great week of rugby league. Personally, I absolutely loved it. Yeah, what a fantastic week of rugby league it was. Absolutely beautiful. It was. I think I'm just excited because my team had such a big score this week. Absolutely destroyed the Dolphins, but we'll get into that a bit later. But I hope everyone has had a fantastic week, getting ready for the work week again as we head into Monday. We've got a couple of people joining. Just want to say hello to Crumb and Crave, Shani Door, and of course Mick Makes Art. Hello, everybody. If you are jumping in for the first time, please leave your comments. We will attempt to answer your comments as we go through. And as we do that, we will answer any questions you have over the round. Just inviting Boxy in now. Hit that invite. See if he does join on this live. Should come in. We've got Techno Viking. Hello, Techno Viking. And hello, Thomas Anforth. Make sure I get that name right. I will try again. It's saying he's unable to join, so I will send that invite again to you, Reese. So I've just sent that there. So let's see if he can get in this one. But look, for everyone that's joining, thank you so much. Here he is, the man himself.
There you go, mate.
Boxy, how you going, buddy?
Good, mate. Got my Ruck and freshman shirt on. I'm
Oh,
ready.
look at that. You're looking sexy. Of course, don't forget, everyone, if you go over to BTZD Teamwear, check out their range of clothing. You can get all your team stuff made there, so it's fantastic. All right, mate, let's jump into a bit of rugby league. Now, Thursday night footy, the Storm and the Broncos. Storm getting it done 22-2. Finally, a clinical game from Melbourne.
Yeah.
They haven't really been clinical this year. They've sort of scraped in wins here and there, still top four. They get a clinical game in this one, but the biggest talking point probably the loss of Reynolds, Mam, and then Cobbo in this game.
Yeah, plenty of injuries. All soft tissue, all
Yeah,
hamstrings. So, you can go down to the sports science behind it, but you can just sit there and just go, it's fatigue. It's fatigue. It's a
yeah,
long season. It's it's
100%.
it's a
Yep.
big season. Like you can't have your best players playing every week. Like Ezra Man's probably different because obviously he hasn't played as much.
Yeah,
But everyone else, like that's soft tissues at this time of year is not ideal, but you
yeah, for
can't
sure.
help. You can't help what is happening. But
Yeah,
for the Storm, like great game, great clinical performance, the Storm that we know.
yeah, yeah.
So
And the Storm that we haven't seen probably this whole season. They've had some really good games, but they haven't sort of had a standout performance. And I think that was. And the scary part is that we're, 3-4 weeks away from finals and Storm are starting to click. And this is not what you want to see if you're not a Storm supporter heading into finals. Quick
yeah,
shout out to Luke, Melbourne Storm fan, said, "Hi, hello, mate, welcome." You would have been happy on the weekend. But yeah, look, Melbourne going at the right time. The Broncos, not so much. I think this might derail the Broncos' season a little bit. I think Reynolds is the biggest horse for them. Obviously, Ben Hunt can fill the void. And winger, like Cobbo's not much of a loss because they can bring Jesse Arthurs in. So that's
yeah,
not too bad. But I think Reynolds is a big one. And, man, depending how many weeks they get. But, mate, we'll jump into some Friday night footy. Panthers v Knights, McDonald Jones Stadium. Newcastle beat them earlier in the season without their origin stars. And I thought maybe Knights here for a little sneaky upset, but it wasn't to be. Panthers clinical 48-12 in this game.
yeah. Panthers they're clicking at the right time. They're clicking right at the right time.
Yeah,
The Knights are in shambles. Like everyone knows that. They're
yeah.
absolutely in absolute shambles. But the Panthers are just clicking right now at the right time, and that gives science to just a great system and a great team. Like you
It's
can't.
so scary.
It's terrifying because they've won the last 4 years and they're still getting better. Even
Yeah.
with losing all those guys like Crichton, like
Mm.
Burton, like all those other guys, and they're still getting somehow their structure is so good that they keep building every week, every week,
Yeah.
every week, and they're gonna be right there at the pointy end in the end of the year, and it's
They are,
just
mate.
Bloody
They
annoying, to be honest.
moved into the top four, of course, with the loss to the Warriors. So, yeah, look, it's scary times. If you're a Panther fan, you'd be cheering up. I mean, round 8 they were coming last. Now they're coming fourth. So it's incredible what they've done. And as you said, you can't fault the system. The system, the culture and the system are what makes them as good as they are. But for all those joining, thank you so much. Please leave any comments you have over the week. We will answer all your comments and all your questions that you have during this episode. All right, let's jump into our second Friday night game, the Raiders and the Manly Seagulls. Now, Raiders getting it done 28-12, but probably not what I expected of the Raiders. I probably expected a little bit more. I thought that was Manly's best performance in probably the past month.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Even Steve Bowles said that even in the post-game interview, saying
Mm,
we had a lot of good things going, but we just couldn't get the finishing touches.
yeah,
But
yeah,
give that credit to the Raiders. The Raiders are on a tear at the moment, and they're playing
yeah.
some great footy. They're not doing anything spectacular, but they're just winning, and that's what is most important right now. Is just getting the wins behind you, getting
Yeah.
yourself ready for September, and then just going from there.
I'll tell you who's a good player, and I think a lot of people sleep on him a bit. Ethan Strange. We
He's
know the
very
Strange family and what they've provided in rugby league. Obviously, Jazz over at the Roosters and John as the NRL Roosters coach and the Origin coach. But Ethan, like he scored 3 tries, got a hat trick in this game, and apparently Kevin Walters. There's talk that he may be picked for Australia at the end of the year, which I think would be really really good. Definitely a future Origin player there. Mick Makes Art said, I thought my guys played really well and showed plenty of effort. Kind regards, Anthony Seibold. Oh, that was the quote in the press conference. Yeah. Look, I think you played with more effort than you did against the Roosters. 1 try in that game, and against the Dogs the week before, only 1 try. So you definitely played with more effort. Just how much effort is remains to be seen. But the Raiders, mate, these young guys, Teo Weeks, absolute stars. Xavier Savage, and just these young guys that are just carving up. And Ricky, he just loves the back against the wall mentality, and it's how
yeah,
he wins all his games.
yeah, he does. And I think the one thing the Raiders are doing well right now is that compared to other teams, they're bleeding the young guys in. They're
Yeah.
getting them in early. They're getting them into first grade. They're getting them ready for literally the crash and bang of what rugby league's going to be. And like
Mm,
you just mentioned, Ethan Strange. Like I know Strangey, I know the whole
yeah.
family. Being a Central Coast boy, I know Jazz. I coached her in AFL when she played.
Yeah.
They're bred different. Like that whole family is bred different. Like they've got the mentality of knowing what they have to do, and they just do it. And
Yeah. That's awesome.
they have been absolutely trained from literally a young age. Like John's one of the best coaches in NRLW,
Mm,
and he's training. Like you look at that Sydney Roosters team,
6 in a row,
like
undefeated.
they're undefeated. They're playing great footy. Like everyone
Yeah.
knows, I love Joss. I know Joss
Yep.
personally. She's killing it. But it shows too that Ethan is learning that he's a quality NRL half.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
he's playing to that capability. Do I think he's going to make the Australian team? Probably not.
No,
But he could, even if he makes a squad,
be
like
great
make a
experience.
squad, gets around it, gets to understand what he has to do going forward. You know, look, I'm a Queenslander, but you look at New South Wales. If
Mm,
Ethan's involved in the Australian squad, say for example in a year or two, he goes in the New South
mhm.
Wales squad, he learns more, he keeps growing as a player, grows as a person. Like New South Wales could have an absolute fucking gem on their hands.
Oh, we hope so, mate. We hope so. Imagine him and Cleary in the halves would be very nice. But yeah,
Oh,
look. Shout out to the Strange family. He was really good, Ethan. But mate, we'll jump into some Saturday footy now. The Dragons against the Sharks, the Southern Derby. Always a good clash. This one. Both these teams always turn up for this game. Dragons getting it done, and I thought they were really, really up for this game. You could see it from the kickoff. They wanted this win. The Sharks won 4 in a row heading into this game, but again, bringing that pretender tag back that we all know, and mate, they're just flat track bullies at the moment. They can't win on a wet deck.
yeah, Sharks can't play. I think Sharks are the most overrated team in the competition. I really do. Like, I hate the Roosters, and you know that
Yeah.
better than anyone. But I think the Sharks are the most overrated team in rugby league. They
Mm,
can't. They don't handle the pressure well. They don't like playing physical close games.
No.
They're in absolute shambles. And the Dragons, give credit to the Dragons.
Oh
They
yeah,
played a great game of footy. Like you
they were very good.
can't deny them the fact that they actually worked their ass off and did everything they had to do. But the
Yeah.
Sharks are in fucking shambles. Like Sharks, put a fucking line for them. They're gone.
I love it. I love it, mate. We know they're not very great when they get to finals anyway. Usually out the first week. So yeah, look, it wasn't a great performance from the Sharks. I was really impressed with what I saw from the Dragons.
Mm,
Probably left it a bit too late. They do need a few things to go their way to make
yeah.
finals, and it could still happen, but mathematically probably left it a bit too late. But really, really glad what I saw from them. All right, mate, let's jump into a game of the round. Roosters v Dolphins. Now, this was eighth versus ninth. Everyone was expecting a really tight tussle in this game. Mate, Roosters blew them out of the park, 64-12. The end score probably didn't show what the game was like early. I thought early on the Dolphins were quite physical. The four sin bins. I thought Spencer and Francis Molo going at it was really really good to see early on.
Mm.
But I just think missing Herbie, they just had no attack on that left side, mate.
Yeah, they got no attacking power without Herbie. that's, that's just plain and simple. Well, Herbie Farnworth, I still think to this day, he's the best centre in rugby league.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
He's easily the best centre in rugby league. And when the Dolphins lose such an attacking weapon, it's going to throw the whole game out for them. And they don't know what to do. And I'll give
Yeah,
Roosters credit. Like, I never give Roosters credit, but like, give the Roosters credit. They played a really, really good game.
yeah.
I can never say his name right. Mark Knuckle.
Nawanga Nitawaze.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But like his aerial marking, like it's as an AFL guy, I was sitting there just going like, nice, like
Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful
yeah.
marking. He played a great game, and the Roosters, they've they've got everything there to be the top eight team they want to be,
Mm,
but they're not there yet because they're
yeah.
just fading in very small parts of the game. But against the Dolphins, they were fantastic.
Yeah, 100%. Semi Walker, mate. Since he's been back, he's been absolutely on fire. We know what Semi can do. He showed that last year when we finished third, but obviously injured his ACL. But since he's been back, like you just give him the ball, he can do so much with it. His short kicking game is just electric, and he's just that sort of player that you just play off. You know, he's the ad lib type of footy. He doesn't have structure, but he'll create something from nothing. And again, he did that in this game. But mate, your favourite player, James Tedesco, he was absolutely on fire in this one. Three
He's
try
still,
assists, two tries,
still
really good.
useless. He's still useless. He's still a fucking wanker. But no, I will actually give Teddy credit. He has
Yeah.
done very well. Ever since he got dropped from Origin,
Mm,
I think he's done
mm,
very, very well. Still hate him,
yeah.
but
I think he's in line for the Dally M at the moment too. He's going very well.
yeah, he can go fuck himself.
I love it. But look, poor Dolphins fans, if the stat is correct, if when a team concedes 50 points, they can't win the comp, put a line through the Dolphins now. We'll jump into the final Saturday game now. Another just classic game. The Bulldogs and the Warriors, third versus fourth. Um, all the talk was about the Bulldogs. You know, they can't play in the wet. They lost last week in the wet, lost to the Tigers in the wet as well. And everyone said, you know, they can't play in the wet. They're going to struggle in this game. They came out. It was shaky early on. Warriors got the first points. It was very shaky to start with, but I thought the Dogs in the end sort of justified, you know, why they are where they are.
Yeah, yeah, they're a good team. They're a bloody
Mm,
good team. Like they've got a very good structure. Cam Serraldo is doing a fantastic job with what he's got,
yeah.
and I think the Warriors at the moment they're still a top four team. I still believe they're a top four team. But the
Mm,
Bulldogs were just better on the night. That's all it was. Like the
yeah.
Bulldogs might not be a wet weather team, which you've got to be bred different to be a wet weather team.
100%.
But they played a very basic game, run their lines,
Yeah.
keep doing the tackles, sticking their tackles, getting the penalties, getting into a right field position. They did well. They did very well. And I think the Bulldogs I still think from the start, I think they're a very good chance of winning the premiership this year.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are in the same boat. I think they may get there. The Warriors, mate, they've now lost two in a row. They almost lost to the Knights the week before that. Riddled with injuries, it's been tough for them at the moment. They have moved down to fifth, but as you said, they still look like a top four team. If they can start getting this attack clicking again, then they can definitely be
Mm,
dangerous. But
mm,
yeah, look, credit to the Dogs in this one. They got a great win, mate. We'll jump into some Sunday Arvo footy, and obviously today time of recording. So first game we had the Titans and the Rabbitohs. Now good game. Marred with a bit of controversy, of course. Rabbits getting it done 20-18.
mm,
The big talking point, Latrell was back for Indigenous round, which was great to see. Captain the side as well. I thought he was okay without being great. Obviously, first hit out in a while. But,
mm.
mate, probably the big talking point was towards the end of the game. Jaden Campbell, with a minute to go, gets tackled, two players around the neck, high tackle, nothing's called. And, right at that point is definitely a chance where if they get a penalty, they level that up and it's 20 all. So, yeah, mate, look, we know what the refereeing's like at the moment, but what do you think of this game? Spoon Bowl.
It's the spoon bowl. I think I actually want the Titans to do well. I really want the
Yeah,
Titans to do well. I think they were a bit rolled with the JD Campbell thing. I
yeah,
do think that. But again, we're not referees. We're not
yeah,
anyone
exactly.
who's a part of the system. The Rabbits, I think they were extremely lucky to win that game. Like, extremely
100%.
lucky. And I think they should literally be sitting there going up to bloody Ashley Klein and fucking Jared Sutton and whoever and just sucking their dick and just absolutely just giving them a big kiss on the lips because the
Mm,
Gold Coast were robbed. Gold
yeah,
Coast were robbed of that game.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I think it's because Rabbitohs is such a big club, but they are so used to being on top. They're
Mm.
used to being here. And this year they haven't, like, don't get me wrong, they've had probably the worst injury run ever.
Oh,
The
yeah,
worst ever. But they should not have won that game. They should
yeah.
not have won that game.
Yeah, I completely agree. It was tough viewing. Obviously, I got 7 from 8 this week in my tipping, and that was the one that I missed. Would have
Oh,
had a perfect week
right.
without it. I lost by a non-penalty that should have been a penalty. Is literally how I lost my perfect week. So yeah, look, credit to the Titans. I don't want to say credit to the Rabbitohs because I don't like them at all. But look, credit where credit's due. They've lost 8 or 9 in a row, so good to see them finally get a win.
Yeah,
As much as I want them to stay 17th.
yeah,
But
agreed.
no,
Agreed.
they did very well. But mate, we'll jump into our final game. Oh, Mick Makes Art said Poon Bowl. Yeah, yeah, it was not Spoon Bowl, it was Poon Bowl.
Yeah, sorry
With
about that, mate.
emphasis on the poo.
Yeah,
Um, we'll jump into our last game of the round, of course, the Eels and your Cowboys, mate. Now, not a bad game. It finished really, really tight, 19-18 in this one. Of course, Cowboys, I believe, got the first points, didn't they? They were up 2-0
yep,
to start with. They didn't look too bad. Over the past couple of weeks, my criticism of the Cows was that their attack has been lacking. I thought in
yeah.
this they were really good. Purdu getting a double, I thought he was great. Tommy did and putting him into space, but the Eels just hanging on, mate. Take us through it.
Oh, dude, honestly, I even said into our little group chat before, but why the fuck was there no pressure on Moses when he went to have that field shot
Yeah,
6 minutes ago? Why was there no pressure? Like, it
yeah,
just doesn't make sense to me. Like, our attack was better, our defense was pretty good, but, like, my God. Mitchell Moses, as much as I don't like Mitchell Moses, he's one of the best kicks of the game.
oh yeah,
A
yeah,
shot from 40 metres out and you give him that much space, he's going to slot it. He's literally going to nail it straight through the
mm,
middle of the sticks. And it's just so frustrating because, like, we've got such a good list. We've got a good list. Like, there's a
yeah,
good spine there. We got a lot of really good young guys coming up. Like you said, Purdue.
mm.
Um, Drinkwater, I still think is one of the most consistent players in the game.
Oh, I love drink water.
But, like, how are we not winning games? It's because of just simple fucking errors that
Yeah,
just drive me nuts. But give credit to Parramatta, like they're a different team when Mitchell Moses is around. They're a
yeah,
complete.
for sure, for sure.
He's a gun. He's a gun.
Yeah,
But I can't. I won't defend the Cowboys because I think it's just absolutely fucking stupid that we do simple errors over stuff that we know that we do it, but we do it every single week, and
Yeah, it
it's
was a look. It was tough viewing, even as a non fan of both of these teams. It was tough viewing because I understood your pain. Watching that, you go, there's
just
opportunities
scrappy.
here, and then
It's
yeah,
just so scrappy.
you know, giving away a penalty or throwing the ball to ground or throwing it out. It just wasn't a good look. But yeah, you're exactly right about Para. With Mitch Moses, they're just such a different team. He brings so much to this squad. Of course,
Oh,
Dylan Brown got named late inclusion
as
in
a
the centres.
center,
So
as a
yeah,
center.
really interesting there. Well, they're more saying that he's not really going to probably play 5'8" the rest of the season. He's pretty much done at Para now anyway. But yeah, look, Para bit of a run. Both these teams probably can't make finals now. So
Oh, definitely not.
they're just playing to ruin some runs for some other teams now. So hopefully
Yeah.
they can do that. But look, that was round 23. Fantastic round of rugby league. Zadbot has just joined. I just want to shout out to Zuriel. Of course, he's a mad Dolphins fan. Mate, unlucky. Better luck next time. And the best part was all four Queensland teams lost this week. So nothing better than that.
Go.
Just it was great, mate. Just for you. But yeah, look, round 23 is over. Round 24, we're heading into, of course, the NRLW, another fantastic week as well. Rooster Girls remain undefeated at the moment. And with only 5 games left, they could potentially go 11, which would be incredible if they went
Literally.
11
They
straight.
could.
So the way they're playing at the moment, but, remains to be seen. But yeah, look, that is all we have time for. If there are any comments, please drop them in. Otherwise, until next time, I'm Joey. That's Boxy. Be good.
They were